Hi, and welcome back to the Savvy Psychologist podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Ellen Hendrickson, and I'll help you meet life's challenges with evidence-based research, a sympathetic ear, and zero judgment. So who is your favorite narcissist? Kim, the Biebs, the Donald, and who can forget? Kanye. I'm gonna let you finish, but first, what exactly makes a narcissist a narcissist? Today, we'll cover the features of narcissism, plus 10 giveaways that you're dealing with a narcissist. Aside from the dead giveaway of a selfie stick, otherwise known as the wand of narcissism, there are lots of clues you're dealing with a narcissist. So the foremost feature of narcissism is something called grandiosity, which means that a narcissist thinks she's more attractive, intelligent, and important than others. She'll exaggerate her achievements and abilities and has a big ego, often without being able to back it up. The narcissist's own needs always come first, and when others express needs, she sees it as a sign of weakness. She may be generous and beneficent in front of the camera, only for the admiration, it's not genuine, but goes cold once no one is watching. A narcissist also thinks he's entitled to a buzz of attention when he walks in the room, to the deference of others, or to preferential treatment. Waiting his turn is torture, and exploiting the intern or blaming the waiter is typical. He's a victim entitled to better, and is contemptuous of the successes of others. Also see Kanye's rant against Taylor Swift, Kanye's rant against Beck. Do I sense a pattern here? So how many of them are out there? Well, narcissists comprise up to 6.2% of the population, but it often seems like more because they're frequently found in highly visible positions of power, leadership, or celebrity. And the majority of narcissists are men, but women make up somewhere between 25 to 50% of this self-loving bunch. But a miserable bunch they are. Narcissism has been linked to everything from child conduct problems to exercise addiction, not to mention the usual suspects of depression and anxiety. So a narcissist is like porn. You know it when you see it. But there are clues. So here are 10 giveaways. Giveaway number 1. They name drop. A narcissist will rarely mention other people except to blame them for something, remember the intern and the waiter, or to name drop. So why the latter? Well, they want to associate themselves with power, beauty, or fame. And it's not limited to people. Prestigious institutions, name brands, and exclusive events all get mentioned by narcissists with unmistakable frequency. Giveaway number 2. They edit their selfies. A 2014 study of 1,000 men across the country who use social media found that those high in narcissism did 3 things. They spent more time overall on social media, posted more selfies, and edited their selfies, like cropping out unflattering parts, using filters, or using Photoshop before posting. And while it's not necessarily surprising to find that narcissists do this, it's the first time that a study actually confirmed that, contrary to Meghan Trainor, it's not just the magazines working that Photoshop. Giveaway number 3. They inflate their accomplishments and devalue those of others. And they get particularly bitter if they sense they haven't been adequately recognized for their talent, performance, or general awesomeness. And as a result, there are a lot of bitter narcissists out there. They think their time to shine is long overdue and genuinely wonder why they're not on the red carpet or the A-list. Giveaway number 4. They want to be admired and idolized, but don't care if you like them. So you can call a narcissist an a-hole and they won't care. But tell them they're plain or boring, or at least not the greatest ever, and they'll go nuts. Criticism or losing, hello Richard Sherman, leaves them empty, humiliated, and angry. Giveaway number 5. They need the best of everything. So they insist on seeing only the best doctor, lawyer, trainer, hairstylist, working for the most prestigious company, driving the most luxurious car, or sitting at the best restaurant table. Giveaway number 6. They're actually quite charming and attractive at first. Narcissists know how to work it. They're very seductive, are often physically attractive, and their confidence draws people to their flame. They're magnetic until you get to know them. Which brings us to giveaway number 7. They start many relationships. So narcissists often start out in a relationship with an inflated, idealized view of their partner. But the partner quickly falls from the pedestal for 3 reasons. 1. Getting to know the real partner, not just the image, lets the narcissist down. 2. The risk of actual intimacy is too threatening. Or 3. Someone seemingly better comes along. Which leads us to giveaway number 8. They're always looking for the next best partner. A 2002 study found that narcissism is negatively linked to commitment. Narcissists always think they can do better, so they're more likely to attend to what researchers call alternatives, i.e., the hottie down the bar. Giveaway number 9. There's not necessarily a core of self-loathing or insecurity. A team of researchers at the University of Georgia did a study in 2007 that was actually titled, "Do Narcissists Dislike Themselves Deep Down Inside?" It was an ingenious study that used implicit associations to measure how narcissists saw themselves. And contrary to the popular belief that narcissism covers up insecurity or low self-esteem, it turns out, through and through, narcissists really do think they're all that. And finally, giveaway number 10. They totally admit it. In 2014, a study found that narcissists can be identified by asking this one simple question. Quote, "To what extent do you agree with this statement? I am a narcissist." Note, the word narcissist means egotistical, self-focused, and vain. The study was rigorous. The researchers tested the question in 11 separate experiments, and the results showed that people's answers were accurate. So despite having lousy empathy and commitment, at least we know narcissists have accurate insight. To wrap up, remember the original narcissist, Narcissus, searched and searched for the ideal romantic partner until he found the one person who was flawless and perfect enough for him, his own reflection in a pool of water. And we know that didn't go so well. He drowned in that very pool. If only they had selfie sticks in ancient Greece. Are you a narcissist? Find a link to a quiz in the show notes at quickanddirtytips.com/savvy-psychologist. If the Savvy Psychologist is helpful to you, let me know by liking on Facebook, adding me to your Google Plus circles, or best of all, subscribing to the podcast on iTunes or Stitcher. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Dr. Ellen Hendrickson. A transcript of the episode, references for the studies I mentioned, and every Savvy Psychologist episode in existence are always available on quickanddirtytips.com/savvy-psychologist. And I always have to say, the Savvy Psychologist is strictly for informational purposes and doesn't substitute for mental health care from a licensed professional. Thank you again. I'll see you next week for a happier, healthier mind.